Now I'm in my bedroom. I'm just trying to show how this energy is through this whole entire house. Look at the walls where my pictures are. The whole house, we are submerged under this whole energy. The whole thing. So no matter where I go in the whole entire house, even in the laundry room, this energy is here too. This is what the people doing. So you got the city workers, you got the people who's over the power, PWC, you have even the people pick up the trash. Those the lower people. So you have the pharmacy, and I'm telling you that I know for a fact. All of them I don't know for a fact, but the ones I'm getting ready to name right now, I know for a fact that these people are involved. The pharmacies. Let me make sure that I got this thing cut up so you can hear me, because the last video, because they'll make my video where you can't hear me talking, because they got my computer's height, my cell phones, and the house phone height. They have me height. The house, they got the house height and the grounds height. They tell you too, they got the whole community height. This is what these people been working on. This is what our government had been working with the aliens for many, probably before I was even born. And you keep thinking that Regina's crazy. I'm trying to tell you, this is technology from another world that these people are using. That's why they can get so many people. And I don't even think some of these people are human. I think they are shapeshifters. I think they're taking the real people and killing them and taking their places. There are UFOs here, and that's why I've been seeing flying saucers. Keep thinking I'm crazy. Just keep thinking it, and you're going to find out. And you're going to wish you to listen to me. Many people are seeing these flying saucers. Many people are seeing them. But we are the ones that try to make us look like we're crazy. But we're not. Because these people, they're going to attack us. America will be under attack. Because we have reptilians running our country. If they let this play, I don't know. Because they control everything we say. When we telling the truth, they shut us down. And this is my second channel on YouTube. When I try to tell what the doctors were doing, they shut me down. When I was up under my middle name. Patrice is part of my middle name too. I got 2 middle names. I got 4 names in all. My first name, 2 middle names, and my last name. And I use this each and every one of them. But anyway, I do know that the judges, lawyers, people in the bank, part of this gang stalking. They put themselves, the dentists, the school principals, teachers, because children are being gang stalked too. I really think my son was being gang stalked. I remember one time he was standing by me, and I don't know why I took notice of his hands, but his hands were just shaking. I said, "Boy, you got nervous condition." And his teachers always give him problems that didn't make no sense. Cause I see the white kids, and I'm gonna talk about that. I've seen the white kid. When I would have to take my son to school for not having on a belt or wearing a hat or just anything, little thing that they didn't have to send him home and make him not go to school, and then I would have to take him back to school in order for him to go. and it was a good walk. I had to walk there and back. But when I get there, I'm seeing the white kids sagging. I'm seeing them with hats on. The same thing that they sending my son home for. And then the principal thought he was going to talk junk to my son and then walk out. Because my son, he got some nasty back with him. My son, he'll talk back. He did. Then he gonna walk out and then look at me. I'm through. I said, well, I'm not. Because I didn't raise my son to talk back to his elders. And I told him, I told my son to apologize. You should have seen that man's face. He could have went through the floor. Because he tried to treat me like I don't raise my child right. I raised my son to respect his elders. And he was a respectable. My son respect his elders. He just don't respect them that don't respect him. But I made him apologize. I told him, you stay in the child place. Don't be talking about it. Because that gives them a reason to hate you and to mistreat you. After that, they didn't send him home no more. Because they wanted to treat me as though I wasn't a good mother. But I would let him know I raised my son right. It's y'all that got issues with the black children. You black principals. You black teachers. You let these white people mistreat and disrespect our children. So that's why they act the fool in school. Because they be treated like they wild animals. Like they don't deserve respect. And I'm telling you what I seen with my kids. With my son. We send him home for nothing. Then they send him home with this man trying to court me. In order for him to do right for my son, he wanted me to sleep with him. And I had to cry if you don't get your behind about my house. And a pastor. He's a pastor. A pure natural born pastor. Bringing my son home because he was sent home. I can't remember what they have on a belt. This is what it was. Because he didn't have on a belt. They're going to send him home. He didn't need on a belt. His pants was up. You can sag with your pants with a belt on. But he won't sagging. My son didn't just sag where you see his behind. But when I go to school, I'm seeing kids walking and sagging. They just had an issue with him because I believe he was being gang stalked. I really do. That's why the military tried to kill him. That's why he got out of the military, because they almost shot him in his head. You getting our young people they go in the military and getting killed, but they getting killed by us, the one on their side, not the enemy. They're being murdered by those who on their side. You got these pedophiles that's raping military men, and the men will kill themselves. My son didn't kill himself because if they try to rape him, there would have been a fight. You better believe that. But I know of a young man that his mama believed he was raped, and they're trying to say he committed suicide. I don't believe he did it. They raping men in our military. And it's on the internet. When I read it, it said 144,000 men had been raped of the military, and they committed suicide because they being raped by other men. Now that's probably why they're attacking me so, because I won't shut up. No, you had no business starting with me for me to start running my mouth, because I won't bother nobody. Nobody was I bothering. Y'all want to bother us and think we're supposed to take it. Well, I don't want nobody sitting in my lap, defecating and leaving feces in my lap, and I just let it stay there. Because that's what y'all doing. Thinking we are going to sit in our lap, defecate, and leave your feces for us to let sit there and let it sit there. No, we're not going to take it laying down. Even if it take me to my grave. I'm not no coward. I leave that to y'all monsters. Cowardly monsters. Where you want to lie on people and defame my name. And think you have the right to do it. But you don't. Worry about what y'all do in the dark. You worry about what y'all do in the dark. Because when I was laying with a man, it was just me and him. Just me and him. And if I find out that they recorded me in any way doing anything, it's on. If y'all got videos of me out there, they better be with somebody I've had sex with. I tell you that. And they better hope that I don't see it. Because one thing, I ain't never allowed a man to video me naked or anything else. And you can see all that stuff up in the ceiling. And it's all on my clothes. So when I put on clothes, I'm putting on this electrical stuff that's clinging to my body. The whole room. The whole entire room. There's no place in this room that you don't see this electrical stuff moving around on this in this house. All up in the ceilings. So it's probably up in the ceiling. There's something up in the ceilings, but it's coming out from what's actually attacking me is coming from under the ground. And it feel like I'm in some type of wind, a hot electrical wind that is leaking, calling my cells to leak or something. Look at my face. Mutate me. That's what I'm being. I'm being mutated. Now my sister, they did her different. What they've done to her is, first they started with her brain when she was asked the same question just over and over and over and over. Then she well, she always been mean, so that ain't something she started. When she just got what she couldn't cook, she couldn't do things for herself. And she would have people take her to the bank, but she would give them her card. They took advantage of that. When I took her to the bank, I helped her. I let her do things, and I just stood there with her and helped her. But they was taking her card, taking her to the liquor store, seeing that she's sick. These people are spineless. Her ex-husband, it ain't telling who else, or this little gay dude, I don't even know him, but his daddy is a pastor, was supposed to be a pastor, but I don't find him to be a good pastor. I find him to be like a psychic or something. Because he's not a good pastor. He's not a good person. But that's where my sister was going to church. I saw right through him and the people in the church. I saw him. I might not be the best person on earth, but I could see demonic. I could see people that's not flowing up under the Holy Ghost. Cause one thing you'll feel God's presence. That's one thing. That's one of the first things you'll feel God's presence. But if you don't feel God's presence and you see something ain't right, then that's probably because it's something ain't right. Um, she got where she had to write things down because she couldn't remember. And my sister was an A student in school. She was very smart. Um, uh, she got where she would start changing, just constantly change clothes. So I had to take all her clothes back out, because I had put all her clothes in her. She had a walk-in closet, and I had to take it back out of there because she would just change clothes, constantly change clothes. But if I asked her to do something, she would do it. Like when I say go get your Depend so you can go to the bathroom, she walked back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Where that? She knew where the pen was in the closet. Tiny walk in the closet, just sitting right there. Where they at? Where they at? Me looking up in the ceiling. She just didn't want to do what I asked her to do. Just that simple. She didn't want to do nothing. She didn't want us telling her what to do because she knew she was grown. But there were things I was trying to keep her doing things to help her brain stay active. Don't let. She wanted me to do everything. Like she paying me. My service was voluntarily, not getting paid. And so I would end up getting the Depend because she wouldn't do it. Taking her to the bathroom. Then when we moved from that house, the first house, when we first moved up here, that was I loved that house. We moved to another house because this man was taking one of the electrical saws, but he won't use the electrical part. He was just cutting symbols in this everywhere there was cement. There was a 2-car driveway, and then we had a sidewalk that leads up to the front door and one at the back door. That nut jumped the fence to go cut symbols at the back door. I don't know what in the heck was wrong with him. He cut symbols throughout the whole entire cement. Everywhere there was cement, there were symbols. And so I was getting hit 3 o'clock in the morning. Something, I would hear a loud sound, and then I would get hit in right where I had an abscess, where this doctor sent me home hemorrhaging, and then tried to say that I caused it. I was hemorrhaging in the hospital. They sent me home from the hospital hemorrhaging, and then he want to tell a lie, said that I caused myself to him. He's a lie from hell, a pure liar. Dr. Herner, I'm calling people names, Dr. Herner, and I want them to sue me so we can get this in court. He sent me home hemorrhaging when I was hemorrhaging in the hospital. I just didn't know what it was. I could feel it, but they told me I would have a lot of gas. That's what I thought. I had a lot of gas, but it went on for 2 or 3 weeks. And when it started coming out of me, I was laying in the bed trying to pass gas because that's what I thought it was. And I started black stinky blood, because it was just piled up in me and infected my organs. Where I couldn't even, anytime I had to have a BM, it was like it was cutting off my breath because everything was stuck together. I'm not afraid to call names. I'm not afraid to call names. I'm really not. People don't want to call names, but look what they're doing to you. Look what they're doing to you. You can't just live your life that somebody is attacking you. And it's probably not even the real person. They probably dead. And something now you look at my picture back there. Look at how my face was shaped. And look how it's shaped now. Because they turning me to a marshmallow. Look at it. Look at all this energy that we living in. And nobody cares what's happening to us. Nobody cares that we being murdered. A slow, miserable death. They've been doing this to me since the 80s. Might be before then. They might have been attacking me all my childhood, all my life. Just different people getting a part of the pie. Because I do believe Danny Bradshaw. I believe he's involved with everything in me. Ex-boyfriends, I think they involved with everything in me. They're doing stuff to me on the inside that's showing on the outside. Because they had to be doing something for my face to be swollen up like this. This is pure swelling that they're doing to me. Causing our cells to leak. And then the heat to my brain. My sister was diagnosed with brain shrinkage. I had a brother who was diagnosed with brain shrinkage. So that's probably, my brother probably was going through this too. Because he kept saying that the devil was speaking to him. And they probably want the devil. He probably was under V2K, Voice to Skull. With them devils, yeah, they are devils. They are real devils. Was telling him he wasn't going to go to heaven. That's why he was going through the things he was going through. We thought we share, they call people shell shot. He won't shell shot. They did this to him. Because he used to talk to me. I didn't know him until I was in my 30s. I think he was in his 50s. But he looked like he was my age. That's how he took care of himself. But he was going through something. Me and him got real close. But I didn't know anything about gangsta. And this was back in the 80s. That could be why they started attacking me, because I was close to my brother. I don't know. But looking back at his symptoms, I believe he was being gang stalked. And he came from out of California. He worked at the post office. He had been in the military, but he was working at the post office in California. And he was hearing voices. They had him on medication, but he didn't like taking the medication because it interfered with his manhood. And see, this woman moved her behind down here. He was doing good until she moved down here. And see, he the type that he won't have sex unless he's married. So he married her. And she just took him to the ringers. And then she started courting this psychic. No, he don't know psychic. He was a root worker. He still worked roots. That's probably why she did. I don't want to talk too much about him. Oh no, I don't want to talk too much about that joker. Oh, he looks scary. But they had did something to my brother because he said he came out of his house one day and they had white stuff all over his car. I just got things on my mind. But anyway, I don't know if I finished saying who all I noticed is into this stuff. I noticed the pharmacy, the city cops, sheriff department, and military. Those are the ones who've been messing with me. And I don't think some of them want to do it. I think they're being forced. Those in the military, because when I came outside on the porch at the second house that we lived on. And the military was across the street, and he was talking on the phone, and he was saying, "I'll be glad when this is all over with." And whatever the person on the other side of the phone said something. I don't know what they said, but he said, "Yeah, but I feel like a criminal." And he kept saying, "But I feel like a criminal." He said, "Yeah, but I feel like a criminal." Because they didn't want to do the stuff that they were being made to do. They were under order. But all the rest of the people weren't under no order. They were getting paid to destroy us with this direct energy coming out through their car lights. That's why you see so many cars riding in the daytime with their lights on. Because they weapons. The lights, they use the lights as weapons, even to street lights. Even the street lights. The porch lights. And that ain't no real sun out there. They got something else out there that they use it to attack the people. But they have it shining directly on your house. And it burn you while you're on the inside of the house. It's some kind of burn. It's an itchy burn or something. Me and my sister, we just doing our arm like that because that mess was coming through the roof. And it got where it would be right at our back door. That's I got videos. I still got the videos. I got to pause this just for a second. Doctors, nurses, hospital workers. I was attacked in the hospital. Pastors, Christians. These are the ones that I've helped being attacked by, gang stalked by, tortured by. The ones I'm naming right now. That I know for a fact. In your neighborhoods, whole entire neighborhoods. Then other people talked about who they being attacked by. They being attacked by the FBI, the CIA, the DOJ, the DOD, the SES, which all of them are under the SES, the Senior Executive Services, who Obama is over. I saw a video where Obama said we are in a silent war. The silent war is against the citizens of the United States of America. Any of the alphabet people, any of the alphabet organizations are part of this gang stalking, and they even security, even the people that we buy our cameras from, hackers, gang stalkers. And I'm saying what I know for a fact, because I had called them, not the ones I got the cameras from now, but my old cameras that I had some wireless cameras. I might get me some more wireless cameras because I could set them in anywhere I want to set them. And I was having a problem with my cameras, so I called the people up, and the guy was telling me what to do, and I told him, I said, "Well, I don't want you to have access to my computer." He said, "No, man, you won't have. I won't have access to your computer." So I did what he told me to do. Next thing I know, I'm seeing the porno just going through my files. I said, I'm on the phone with him. I said, "I thought you said you wouldn't have access to my computer." And he hung up on me. Sound like he was Oriental. That's who I always get. Somebody Oriental or somebody with a heavy Spanish accent. And like I said, I don't have a problem with Oriental people. I don't have a problem with Spanish people. I have a problem with people who want to be dishonest. So you didn't help me pay for none of these computers. So you ain't got no business on them unless I give you permission. But then you want to lie and say you won't be able to get on it, but you are. Just like Amazon. Someone called my phone from Amazon and said somebody was trying to use my account to get a $700 phone. I ain't get ready to pay for no $700 phone. And so I called the number back and I was telling them, I got a message saying somebody was trying to use my account. And so I'm thinking this for legit. And so she said that they can put software on my phone so that if anybody try to use my Amazon account, it'll alert me. So I'm sitting there thinking this woman telling me the truth, and it was the Amazon worker because I called the Amazon number. After I got called that number, I looked up Amazon phone number. It's the same number, and she asked me a lot of questions, and I'm giving her my information because I'm thinking she's trying to help me. And I just happened to look at my phone, and I'm seeing the pointer just going places. I said, wait a minute. I'm saying, wait, because just for you to put something on, you don't need to be going through my phone. And I said, wait a minute. Why is you going through my stuff? And she said, no, ma'am, you don't have to worry. I'm just trying to put this software on your phone. I said, you know what? I think I need to call my bank. No, ma'am, you don't have to call your bank. Yeah, I need to call my bank. So I got off the phone with her and called my bank. And I let them know. But see, the thing is, I don't know if I'll be talking to the people at my bank. I think they got all my phones hacked. And so whenever I try to make a phone call, it goes somewhere else. Because I used to try to call my cousin. I would always get a busy signal. And so when I would change phones and call, I would get her. But I couldn't call her on the house phone. So I called my bank and nothing had happened yet. But they had my information. So I warned the bank, what was going on. And then the man gonna tell me, well, nobody from Amazon, they try to make like the people from these companies ain't crooked. They like they saints. Honey, these people are as crooked. You got the hackers. They working for all these. They putting themselves in places where they can do whatever they want to do. They not no saints. These people are pure rotten to the core. And they stealing. Right out from your bank account. I had $215 to get stolen out of my bank account. It was showing where I had paid, was it Walmart or Lowe's, where I ordered a freezer. Because I wanted a black freezer. It was just one little small chest. And on Lowe's, it said that they had the freezer. So when my grandson goes to pick it up, they saying they didn't have those freezers. So I go back and look at my account, and it's showing I didn't even pay. I didn't show nothing that now I know it was there because I always do it. Anytime I'm ordering something, I go and look at my account to see what's listed on my account, and it was listed on my account, but somebody deleted it off. Then the woman gonna tell me that they can't delete nothing. I said yes, they can because they did. You can't tell me what they can't do when I saw that they did it. And I didn't get my $215 back. Another thing I've seen what they do is like if you order something the first part of the month, they move this stuff around where they taking it out at the end of the month. But it's coming out your balance right then and there. They're not putting it back in your balance if they don't pick it up. So these banks are stealing. You got roads. That's what I told her. And she probably thought I was crazy because I said you got roads. No, I didn't say bro, I said crooks. I was wondering, I am country as can be. And I don't try to change who I am. I'm not trying to impress no devils. I was born country, gonna die country. And that's the way I talk. I'm 64. I've been talking this way all my life. Even though I talk more now, 'cause I was real quiet. They done broke out my teeth. These people will mess you up. And now they are transforming me to something. They done broke my teeth out. My teeth just started cracking. I won't even eating. They just cracking. All the way up to the gum. And so then I got to go to the dentist because it felt like they was stabbing me in my head. In the top of my head. And I've been done like that about 3 or 4 times where they stab me in my head. And it would go down in my teeth. And it got with my teeth would just start cracking. Just start cracking. And I'm not even eating. And so it cracked all the way up in my gum. So I didn't want to go to Dick. I done lost faith in doctors. I have lost all faith in doctors. Now I've lost all faith in dentists. Because these people is doing other stuff to you other than what they're supposed to be doing. They're putting technology in us where they can make it easy for them to attack us. They want to hear our conversation like they really what in the heck you need to hear my conversation for when I ain't talking about nothing important. Not nothing important. And they really treating us like real true terrorists. When we ain't doing nothing. Nothing whatsoever. And you got the real terrorists out here being terrorists, killing people. I never did anything to do anything to hurt anybody. They ain't a soul on this earth can say that I have done anything that brought them pain and hurt, attack them in any kind of way. There ain't nobody on this earth that can say that. Then they coming to the neighborhoods telling these people that I don't know what all they telling the people, but I'm going by their actions. When you got old people across from here, them people they look like they're in their 80s. They gets out here and just walk. The first time that man with that red truck over there, maybe I need to turn the computer around where you can see what I'm talking about. This man right here. Should be able to see it. I'm trying to see that red truck. I see the burgundy. It might be too big. No. Yeah. The red truck right there. There it is. This woman here. Now that man walked so. When the first time I saw him walk, it scared me for him because he just didn't make it back in the house. I don't know where he walked to, but he just didn't make it back home. So he got out in the backyard and started walking. And he walked for maybe a week or two in the backyard, and then he brought it back out. And then he just started walking every morning. First he started walking me like before 6 o'clock in the morning. Then he brought it down, he kept a little bit, until he started walking day and night. Now he don't walk it off. I reckon he done got a promotion, but he don't have to walk. But he using his truck. He using his truck, but his wife she still gets out there and walk with the dog. Then you got this man right here with this burgundy car right here. He don't walk. He walking with one of them walking things that you have to push. But he rides over here because that's his house. But and I don't know if we're gonna stay in there before we move here or not because they been there. They always will come. When they went to this house, there were three trucks. I went out the back door to get the trash bin right here to pull around to the front for the trash bin to get so it had to be on a Wednesday. I mean, either a Sunday or Wednesday. And because they pick the trash up on Mondays and Thursdays. And it was nighttime, so when I got outside, I could hear room, room, room. By the time I got round to the front, right there where them trash dumpsters is at, three big trucks came down here. Wide open, scared the mess out of because it was going so fast. And the white truck went over here. The other two trucks came and fought right here, right in front of this house. And so I came in the house and I got my phone, and at the time the security camera wasn't up. So I just took my phone and set it in the window and recorded them. Then the next time, three more trucks came in a black car. The woman was in the black car and came right here and talked to this man right here. And so the next thing I know, I'm laying in the bed asleep and I'm waking up vibrating in pain, pure pain. And I could tell that the wave was coming from out that window right there. So I peeped out the window. No, I didn't peep. I opened up the curtains and I looked, and there was a car parked right here. The lights were red. So evidently he saw me looking, and he backed up. He backed up right here, and then he backed up again and cut the lights off. So I went and got my phone because the phone went in here. I don't sleep with the phone in the room with me. So I went and got my phone and I went to my daughter's room because she wasn't home. And this was like maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Or 2, maybe 2. It was in the early morning. And by that time, the old man was right here. But the back of his car was facing the road. And the guy uh, which I found out it was his son, he was standing out of the car, but he still had a handheld light, which was red, pointing it over here. I thought it was military because of the weaponry that they had. But then I saw them point the same way again, and I looked at my phone. I said, that was them. That wasn't military. That was them. That was the old man and his son with those military weapons pointing on my body, waking me up out my sleep. So I started recording it behind. Not every time, but I kind of slide down on the recording because I don't want to make that the stopping a God. I don't want this focusing what these devils do. You know, I want to have my focus on God. I want my focus on the Lord. And when I make my videos, I want to be doing the word. And that's what I started doing. I stopped making so many videos. They haven't stopped coming. They haven't stopped doing what they were doing. I just stopped doing what I was doing and started video more on the word of God. I'm leaving these devils. I'm still going to do some videoing. But I'm videoing this right now. I'm talking about what they do. And they got these little girls walking by here, but I'm going to video them too. So if anything happens, they did it. They ain't gonna be me, cause I don't like I said. If I was a pedophile, you wouldn't be with no little girl. Tell you that right now. But I'm not a pedophile. I don't mess with children. They let the child could do it. Take a good man to deal with me. And that's that. Which they ain't too many of them anyway. So I ain't even gonna get on that conversation. I'm not even gonna go there. But anyway, there ain't nothing a child can do for me. I don't sacrifice children. I don't make children because they what I'm gonna get out of raising a child. That's crazy. Well, somebody is because the little girl that we was taking care of, her mama brought her to us twice with her little private area messed up. So I don't know if she would let that man mess with her or not because she's a crackhead. She's a pure crackhead, and they gave the child back to a crackhead. I was buying the child clothes. I dressed her like she was mine. I took care of her like she was mine. Every time she would bring her back to us, she was just dirty. Just pure dirty. Her hair, her body, everything. And I don't want to talk about the mama like that because the mama, she's not Alabama. I don't know what she might have said to them people. But I know they stood out in funny toward me. That's why when they asked me if they meet me again, would I be available? I said no, no, I'm not gonna be available. You don't think I'm gonna help y'all and then y'all still ain't weird tomorrow me? Oh no, So I ain't took care of nobody else's child no more. And what they said, a little girl, she won't. I don't know what child it is. I know she was Indian. I couldn't tell if people were Indian, Spanish, or what it was. Uh, to the back door. But he, I mean, I probably would have opened the door to see what the child wanted if I didn't see the grown up hide. So I'm trying to figure out what the heck did they trying to say? What is purple for hiding? And then that evil, wicked Saint son Smith come flying out of his house and questioning the child. I had all of that on camera, and somebody deleted it off of my computer. So I don't know if it was family or if it's somebody had my computer hacked and was able to. But they could do stuff on your computer. I be trying to type and they be deleting stuff, skipping lines, just doing foolish stuff. It's just some simple idiots. It's crazy. Well, they do this stuff to keep you feeling in a negative way. Because that's how they thrive off you being negative and being upset and stuff. But I get in here and I sing to the Lord. I get to sing my gospel music. And I don't know all the words and stuff, but I sing what I know. Just keep saying bits and pieces until I feel better. Then you got this man on him that with his white van. Now the white people went over there to him. Black people went to the black people. White people went to the white people. The first person I seen go over there was it was in a little sports car. Now these people got money, but they so greedy for money to they let me see, can you see? I'm seeing more. Wait a minute, how this thing doing? Yeah, they you see all they just a hog, a pure not going hog for money. Cause these people driving nice cars and nice trucks. And so I didn't see him do no reaction because he had a Christmas wreath on his door. And he had Christmas lights up. And like this year, he got the Christmas wreath up that night. But he had Christmas lights on out there. And when the blue truck went over there, I didn't see his Christmas lights come on no more. That's when he started acting, doing stuff. He started doing stuff. Now I'm hearing that bullhorn song. So somebody's doing something now. With about to be coming from my feet because I've been my feet on the ground. Well, someone is attacking me because I'm talking too much, I reckon. But anyway, they send signals in your house because you got all this technology in your body. We breathing in technology. That's all of us breathing in technology because it's in the air. They know technology. They put it in the food. They put it in the water. So we can't get away from the technology unless this one man said it wanted his body. So he said he was eating brown rice, sea salt, and seaweed. And so I was buying seaweed, but it wasn't the kind. I don't know if that was doing good or not, but it was somebody said you have to eat fresh seaweed. I don't know where to get no fresh seaweed. So I don't know if that stuff is doing me any good or not. And I don't like to cook brown rice. It takes forever to cook. Unless I just don't know how to cook it. But he said that he don't have this stuff in his body. He breathes in the air, but it don't stay in his body because he eats this every day. He eats brown rice every single day. He eats seaweed every single day, and he cooks with sea salt. And I need to have him do something for me to help me. Well, I'm just look like a balloon because they doing something to my skin with this stuff that's coming out from under the floor. And every day that's come through wood, you know, it's really doing something big to my skin, to my organs, to my humanity. Which they try to transhumanize us anyway. So once they transhumanize you, you'll never make it to heaven. You'll never make it to heaven. I think I done said enough. For right now, anyway. But I am gonna video them little girls before they take it off. Because I done seen them walk through here 3 times. And I didn't video it the first time. They came from the bike back there to walk through, to walk down there at the end, just to go back to the back street. So they just being mean and being picky because these people probably paying them, these little girls, some money. And I sure hope they ain't trying to say Regina is homosexual. Because there ain't nothing a woman can do for me sexually, believe me. And no, and right now, no man can either because I'm living for the Lord. I will not allow another honeypot come in my life and rape me and make me feel guilty where I feel like I got to make the relationship work so that we can get married. Because they not going to marry you. Anytime a honeypot uh, call you to be defiled, they're not going to marry you. That's their job, to defile you and get you back off the right track. They want us in sin. Because these people wait for Satan. But I don't take no more chances. No more. I got this thing here on my head because I know my hair made it down. That's why I kept it on there. Because he ain't doing a bit of good. He ain't doing no kind of good. So I might as well take it off. I slept with it on my head because this woman told, people be telling me to buy this and buy that, but ain't nobody giving me no money to do nothing. And I be like a dummy. I buy it. It don't help. This stuff is not going to help. Because these people, this stuff here is what they doing is not even, I don't think, of this world. It's coming from somewhere else. And I don't even think humans smart enough to know this stuff. They in cahoots with aliens or something from another world. And so many people that we looking at, we think these things are human. They not human. They are not human. They from somewhere else. That's why all these flying saucers. I seen them. I seen the flying saucers, and they look like stars. That's how many was up there. And then they started flying. And it was a big airplane. That's why I know our government know they in cahoots with these things. Unless it was the government with these flying saucers. I do know people keep trying to tell me what I'm seeing. I really want y'all to quit trying to tell me what I'm seeing, because I know what I'm seeing. And it ain't no dang on drones. I seen flying saucers. And y'all some of y'all TIs about to be so wise till you becoming fools. Because you think you know everything and you don't. You don't know what I see. You don't know what I'm experiencing. And when I say stuff is not coming up from the vents, it's coming up from the floor where there's no vents. And I'm getting tired of people trying to treat me like I'm just a dumb idiot. I'm not that dumb. Whether I talk with a country accent or not, I got some sense. You don't know everything. Because I know what I'm experiencing. And this stuff is coming out from under the floor because I can feel it. I could actually feel the rumble under the floor before I even get in here. And then I feeling it going in my private area. They still coming up from the sky too. I'm being hit from this up here, down here, and all around. This is what these people are doing to me, doing to us. So I'm going to close out. I would like to just lay down and just sleep because that rain sounds so good. It's actually thundering out there. But I can't sleep because if I fall asleep, then I get attacked with this MG. And it's really hurting my head. It's just hurting me. In my cheeks, it's feeling funny in there too. I'm hearing that sound. But anyway, I'm getting ready to shut down.